everyone, today's video is about when you almost get kidnapped. Please don't forget to subscribe, like, and share, and let's get going. You're walking down a quiet street in the evening, the orange glow of the sunset giving everything a warm tint. Your hand clutches a small grocery bag filled with things for dinner. Bakugou had been on a mission all day, so he had offered to handle the evening meal. He hated letting you do anything when he was busy, always wanting to take care of things himself, but you managed to convince him this time. You were only a few blocks away from your shared apartment when you notice something feels off. The hairs on the back of your neck stand up, and you get the instant feeling that you were being watched. Your pace quickens instantly, and you try to brush it off as paranoia. After all, this was a safe neighborhood, and you've walked this route dozens of times before. But then, you hear footsteps behind you, heavier than your own. A chill creeps up down your spine as you realize that they're getting closer and closer as the time passes by. But then, you hear a voice. "Hey, got a minute?" You freeze, heart pounding. The voice was unfamiliar and threatening. You can hear the footsteps approaching faster now, but you don't turn around. Instead, you try to steadily reach for your phone in your pocket, fingers trembling as you pull it out. Just as you're about to dial, a hand clamps down on your own wrist, yanking you back hard. The grocery bag falls to the ground, its contents spilling across the pavement. "Where do you think you're going?" The voice growls in your ear. You twist your arm, trying to break free, panic surging through you. "Let go of me," you shout, trying to sound firm, but your voice shakes. The man's grip tightens painfully, and you can see his smirk out of the corner of your eye. Before you can react further, another person steps out of the alley in front of you, cutting off your escape route. You were surrounded. For a moment, you feel frozen in place, your heart racing too fast for you to think straight. Where was Bakugou? The thought flashes through your mind, a flicker of desperation. He'd never let something like this happen to you. "Don't make this harder than it has to be," the man holding your wrist mutters, his voice laced with warning. "You're coming with us." Fear pulses through you, but then a surge of adrenaline kicks in. You jerk your body backwards, using all your strength to break free from his grip. "I said let go." Before you can run, the man lunges at you again, and you can feel the burn of panic spreading through you. But just as his hand reaches out to grab you again, an explosion lights up in the air, deafening and blinding in its force. "Get your hands off of her. Now." Bakugou's voice roars, louder than the blast itself. You stumble back, nearly falling as the man who grabbed you was thrown to the ground by the sheer force of Bakugou's quirk. The other guy takes one look at Bakugou's fierce expression and bolts, not daring to face the pro hero. Bakugou doesn't waste time. He launches himself downwards, closing the distance between him and the man who dared to lay a hand on you. You watch as the guy barely manages to scramble to his feet before Bakugou delivers a crushing punch to his gut, sending him flying into the alley wall. "I told you, don't touch her." Bakugou growls, his voice low and dangerous. The man groans in pain, barely conscious from the force of the hit. But Bakugou doesn't let up. Another blast detonates from his palm, this one much smaller, but it's enough to send the guy into complete submission. He's not going anywhere. Bakugou stands over him, chest heaving with rage, but then his crimson eyes flick over you. They soften in an instant. You're still standing there, shaken, and a bit breathless from the adrenaline. But as soon as your eyes meet his, you feel a rush of relief. He's here. You're safe. Hey. His voice was quieter now, softer, as he walks over to you, arms reaching out. You alright? You nod, though your legs feel weak beneath you. I'm, I'm fine. I'm okay, Katsuki. He pulls you into his chest, his arms strong and steady around you. His scent, a mix of caramel and smoke, surrounds you, calming your frantic heartbeat. I told you to wait for me to come home. This wouldn't have happened if you listened. His voice was gruff, but you can feel the way he's holding you so tightly, as if you might slip away if he loosens his grip. I'm sorry, you murmur, resting your forehead against his chest. I didn't think. Damn right he didn't think. He interrupts, but there is no real bite in his tone. His hand comes up to gently stroke your hair. Then he sighs, his breath warm against the top of your head. Shit. I thought I wasn't going to get here in time. He pulled back slightly to look up at him, catching the flicker of worry in his eyes. You did though. And you always do. He glares down at you, but his thumb brushes your cheek gently, wiping away a tear that he didn't realize had fallen. Damn right I did. No one's gonna touch you as long as I'm around. A small smile tugs at your lips, and despite the terrifying encounter, you feel safe in his arms, like nothing can even hurt you, as long as he's here. I know, you whisper, leaning into his touch. He sighs again, his shoulders relaxing a bit as he pulls you close once more. Let's get you home. As he wraps an arm protectively around your waist and leads you back to your apartment, you can still feel his tension. He's not letting you go even for a second, his grip on you firm and possessive. Katsuki, I'm really sorry. I didn't mean to. Shut up. It's over now. Just stay close to me from now on, alright? I don't want to lose you. I'm not going anywhere. You better not. I'll blow up anyone who tries to take you away from me. You smile. I love you, you know? Yeah, I know. I love you too, idiot. And as you walk home together, you know that no matter what happens, Bakugou will always be there to protect you, just like you'll always be there for him. Thank you guys for listening. Hope you like this video. Please don't forget to subscribe, like, and share, and goodbye.